This is Gary G with the Inland Valley News here at the Staples Center as the Los Angeles Clippers took on the visiting Cleveland Cavaliers as they tried to defend LeBron and company. Well, the Cavaliers prevailed 114-90. Stay tuned for details.
They played together and they made every shot, you know. It was tough. I thought we started out the game with a great pace and a great spirit, but we lost our pace because they were scoring every time, and so we could never get our pace back. And I think the crowd was phenomenal. So, you know, the fact that our road record and home record mirror each other is you know, in some ways, some people say that's good. I look at that as not good. You know, I think you should. I like being a good road team, but I want to be a great home team. And this year we just have not been so far. And you know, there's no rhyme or reason to it, but we have to play better at home.
Does it get even worse when, you know, you see a team kind of like, I mean, they're celebrating on your home?
Yeah, but if they're playing well, that doesn't bother me. If a team's playing well, they should celebrate. So it doesn't get worse for me. If you lose by 1 and they're not celebrating, if you lose by 20 and they are, I don't know what the difference is. You lose. Yeah.
I think that's like 4 straight losses this team. Is this an anomaly, a game like this, or is what?
To Cleveland? No, they kick our butt right now. You know, they have beaten us, and in my opinion, I don't think any game's been close. You know, the 4 times that we've played them. So clearly, I have to do something different and a better job, and we have to play better. But they're way too comfortable against us. I mean, they're looking at us right now, thinking, please make it to the finals. You know, really, because they're comfortable against us, and we would say we would love to meet you there. You know, we really would.
Is it a matchup?
No, I don't know what it is, obviously, because they keep doing it. But we would love to see them again, and they would love to see us again.
You guys go out on what looks like a fairly brutal 5-game trip.
Yeah.
Looking at those, just the way it shakes out, it's going to be one of the toughest trips?
Yeah, it's a tough one. You know, it's just a strange trip in some ways. You know, the back-to-backs where we have 2 days off.
Yeah.
You know, that's just a little quirky in schedules. You would love that has been spaced out, but there's nothing you can do about it. All good teams, you just got to play well out there. We've done that, so the toughest test is the first one.
Doc, is there more energy that is necessary when you go into San Antonio, knowing that they haven't lost at home and have a winning streak going?
You just have to play well, you know, and if that's what your energy, that's great. But I don't ever tell our guys, hey, tonight we play with more energy. You know, yeah. I always assume we're going to do that. I just think to beat a San Antonio, you have to really force your game on them, you know, and, you know, obviously the 2 times we played Cleveland this year was without Blake, and that you could clearly see where you miss him just because they're so athletic. Well, San Antonio is so big, you know, and so we're going to have to deal with that, you know, and we'll figure out how to do it.
Doc, what's the word on Blake and how's he doing?
He's progressing. He told me today he's feeling a lot better, you know, but he's just not ready to play yet. So we're going to be cautious. You know, if there was a playoff game, like I said to someone earlier, would he play? Probably, but it's just, I think you got to be cautious, you know, and that's what we're going to be. And obviously it doesn't help us right now, but I think it's the right thing to do, and so we're going to continue to go that route.
Going there, and he hit tough shots. You know, JR hit 2 back-to-back step-back shots over me in the 3rd quarter, where I literally, you know, as he's shooting and I'm nicking the ball as he's going into a shot. I mean, they have good players who make shots. Some of the stuff, you know, leaving Channing Frye a couple times, not rotating to him, you know, that's mistakes, and that is letting them play too comfortable. But some of it is they're just good players. They have good players. They have a lot of talent. There's talent that you get to schedule in the summer, and you kind of glance over it. This trip really stood out because it's you know, our 5th really long trip this season, and it's really, you know, I believe all 5 teams were in the playoffs last year. So, with the exception of New Orleans right now, all 4 of the teams are in the playoffs, and so it's a tough trip. 2 of them are back-to-back. I mean, it's as difficult as or 2 sets of back-to-backs, so it's as difficult as you can get. And we're, still waiting on.
Jay, how do you shake off a loss like this, knowing you're going on the road for a very challenging trip? And how do you get, pumped up and use this as a stepping stone instead of a stumbling block?
We can't try to lose. Got to try to not lose 2 games in a row. We got to come out. We know we got some tough teams on this road trip. We got to keep building. As the season winds down and postseason nears, we got to be able to come out and beat the top teams. And in order to advance and everything, you got to be able to win on the road. So losing the game, period. But to lose to a team like this the way we did is. It's not our type of basketball. We started off the game great, but and they kind of got into us a little bit, and we never really got back.